Wherever the most qualified individual would be.
What training do your drivers have? I know that was asked earlier, but what training do they have today?
Both drivers have 10 years experience with, one has a Class 2 license for a school bus and the other is just Class 4. He has driven for the Prince County, the Charlottetown jail. They use a van there for inmates. So he's been employed by them, and they both have physicals done, and second, I got a sheet for that.
Well, isn't it true that a Class 4 driver's license, that all you have to do is go get a medical and you can go in and do the written test? Take a van, a 15-seat van or 11-seat van, and go do your test, and that's all the requirements you need to have your license? Because it's called a chauffeur's license?
Yes.
So there is no training, there's nothing involved in that?
No, not as far as Prince of Rhode Island, Class 4 license, but policy of Advanced Shuttle is they're required to take a course in accident avoidance with 15-passenger vans.
Have they taken that course yet?
It's not available until the middle or the end of this month, middle of April. It's up to the Lane Police Academy.
So if you hired people from New Brunswick to run your shuttles, you'll be taking them over to take that training over there?
Yes, if they don't have training. I prefer if they did this training as well, but we did receive some applicants that did take a course in accident avoidance, so they would be at the top of the pile for being hired, yes.
I just wanted to kind of clarify one thing. The Amalgamated Transit Union employees and members of the union are locked out, not on strike. So I just wanted to clarify that. If the Education Board has refused the 15-seat vans, and you list on your list of pickup and drop-offs, you also have here 5 universities involved.
Yes.
Well, if the Education Board has said that they can't use the vans for education purposes through the school board, why are you picking up and dropping off in 5 universities?
Because that's not a public school system, that's a private paid tuition system.
This was asked earlier about how many hours per day are you going to operate, and you said you mean down to 4 days now, but your application was for 7.
Yes.
You also stated, and I don't know whether you know this or not, do you know the number of hours a driver is allowed to drive under a logbook, under a commercial vehicle? How many hours a week he is allowed to drive?
I just guessed it with the last person. I thought it was 58 or 60.
Would you be shocked to know it was 70?
Yeah, I would be shocked.
In the Broads and New Brunswick, 70 hours.
Our drivers for this Nova Scotia shuttle doesn't drive 70.
But in your numbers, you say 13 hours per day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did get 7 days a week, it works out to 91 hours.
Yeah, 2 drivers.
It's under 2 drivers.
7 days a week would require 2 drivers. The most the driver can drive is 4 days in my company.
So in 4 days, he's only going to be driving
52 hours.
So there's no extra, like, I mean, if you broke, like, for example, if you broke down in Fredericton,
Then I would go.
then you would go over and get the people and drive them back.
Mm-hmm.